Alright guys, welcome back to the Mad County Build series. It has turned cold on me. It's actually snowing outside right now. And I got a couple things here in this ceiling to finish up, and then I can put my vapor barrier on the ceiling, which will immensely change the temperature in the house, because it will no longer allow those vented soffits and ridge that cold air to come down in the house. So I got to get that done because it doesn't look like it's going to be too warm in the next 15 days. So what I'm going to work on today is running the bathroom vents outside to the soffit. And the vents I'm using are these easy soffit vents, and they work really nice. I like them because I don't have to have more holes than I possibly need in the roof or the side of the house. Now downstairs there's two vents that are going to have to poke out the side, and then there's the laundry vent that I will poke out the side of the house upstairs. But I'll show you one that I have finished for the oven vent and the downstairs bathroom vent that I've already done. Both those go out right here. Open this window here. But you can see right there, you can see those vents, and they're just a nice clean install. There's a damper in them. The most important thing to me is that you don't have to have another hole in your roof. So I want to limit the amount of holes in my roof, which I'm only going to have two. One for my plumbing vent and one for my chimney stack. So let's go ahead and get one of these installed, and I'll show you how you do it. So this is the duct that I'm going to use for this installation. And it's a flexible duct with an R8 insulation already on it, and that's why I like to use this. The first thing we got to do is come up here, and you can see I kind of got some marks right there. I got to cut. I don't know if you remember me putting this plywood up here to hold the insulation in. I just got to cut this down to the top outside girt and cut that out. That way it can go straight in there, and then I'll cut a hole right there, and then I'll show you how this attaches. It's pretty, not too hard of an installation. And then around where this is, I just take some plastic or some house wrap and just staple it on there, so when the fiberglass gets blown in, it won't go out into the soffit area. So let's get this cut out, and then we can cut our hole, mark and cut our hole out in our soffit. Alright, so here's the vent. This is the part you put on from the outside, and this comes off here, this comes off, and you can see the damper in there. So it sits like that, and then when the air blows, the damper comes open. So we need this piece right now because we're going to attach this to our fascia board and mark our hole. So I like to center mine over one of the vented parts because that's not where the two pieces of soffit hook together. So all we're going to do is we're going to take this piece, we're going to slide it up against the fascia board like that. To make sure it stays while I mark it, I'm going to put a screw in there. I'm going to put this little piece on there. And then we will run our marker around. So if you had a hole saw big enough, you could find the center and go outside and do this. I just use a step bit to get this started in a couple spots, which can be tarred. Usually one on each side. Alright, now that you have those two holes made with your step bit, I just use a left and right tin snip to cut this out. I prefer to do it this way just because I don't have to be out on a ladder, and it only takes, I don't know, 1 to 2 minutes to actually get this thing cut out. So just get it cut out. You might have to make it a little bit bigger, test fit it, and then just get your hole the right size and you're good to go. Alright guys, so that fits down in there. Piece sitting like that. This piece slides in like so. See, that's tight, and then you can run your screws down through right there. Alright guys, you can actually attach this bracket in the soffit and then put these screws in from the outside, but I find it easier to do it this way, so that's your decision, but I find this way is quite a bit easier. Screw that in. Alright, now see your dampers right in there. It opens when it's got air. So one thing I do before I put it in there is I take a short piece of 4-inch pipe and I'll put this on here to extend that out. And that way, when I put my ductwork over there, it's a lot easier. If it's out more than just a couple inches, I mean, you can get it on there fine. But if you put this little 4 to 6 inch extension on, I feel like your flexible duct fits on there and is a lot more secure. So I'll bring my flexible duct up to here, then I'll tape it, and then I'll pull the insulation up around it, and then I'll put a zip tie around it to seal that off. So I got to get some screws for that. I'll screw that on. We'll go ahead and tape this, and then we'll put this, get this screwed into place, and then we'll go outside and put this piece on. Tell you what, the way this weather is, I feel like I should be in a deer stand, not working on a house. But anyway, you can see there's the hole, and you can see how high that is, and that's why I do most of this from the inside. So I'm going to have to put you down, move the ladder, and then we'll get this piece installed. Be the master shower window. Ooh. Alright, so there it is. If you do this right, this goes on really easy. You just want to get to the point where you snug it up. You don't want to crank on that. So there it is. And I always point the louvers out so it's blowing out. And it's under here protected. It's a nice clean look. Now all we got to do is attach the flexible duct, and that one will be done. And then I have 2 more to do. Alright guys, so there is that flex duct hooked onto there, and you can see how it goes over that pipe quite a ways, and then I taped it. So now what I'll do is I'll slide this insulation all the way up over there and then zip tie this. I had left over, but it's all hooked up, zip tied in there. Now I'll go down to this end, kind of pull it taut, and we'll get it hooked up. Alright guys, there it is. And next thing, you want to make sure you get this nice and tight around there so air can't get inside here to make that sweat. But the blowing insulation will come up over the top of that. So all this is going to be buried. But you still want to make sure you get a good seal there so no air can get in there. This last step was just to staple up some plastic or something over the top of this, so when the blowing insulation is going to come up to about right here, it can't go through that little hole and get into your soffit. So still have plenty of room for the soffit to breathe, and looks pretty good. Anyway, hopefully this helps somebody out. It's a great way to vent through your soffit. That way you don't have any more holes in your roof, whether you have shingles or steel. It's always better to have less holes in your roof. So that's how I like to do it, and hopefully this was helpful to somebody. So till next time, we'll catch you on the next video.